The solution is a one world currency. Those currencies would be gold, silver, Bitcoin, or anything else that the entire world uses that has no nation's stamp on them. Hi, I just wanted to make a short video about oil, about the short-term deflation that I see coming, and that commodity prices are sort of saying is upon us, and about countries' mismanagement of their own budgets. Every country around the planet, no matter how much income they get, whether it's through taxation or the sale of their commodities, they always ramp up their spending to just barely exceed their income. And Saudi Arabia is one of the richest countries on the planet. But you know, this chart here, this is the estimated oil price required to have a balanced budget for each of these countries. And Norway is still fine because they need $40 oil to have a balanced budget. Most of their government income comes from the sale of oil. If it drops below $40, they will be running deficits. Kuwait and Abu Dhabi are all right for right now. They're at $54 and $55. But then it jumps up. Russia, 105. Saudi Arabia, 106. Nigeria, 122. Iran, 131. Algeria, 131. Venezuela, $160 a barrel oil is what's required for them to have a balanced budget. Now, in Saudi Arabia, in June, they produced a record amount of oil. 10.5 million barrels of oil in 1 month is a brand new record. So their answer to the dwindling income that they have, because the price of oil is plunging and they are now running very large deficits, their government, because they bumped their spending up to match $100 per barrel oil. Their answer is to produce more. When you produce more oil, though, then there's more supply than demand and the price falls further. So it's this downward spiral where they have to produce more and more and more to run a balanced budget, but that causes the price to decline, which causes the income to decline and causes deficits. So they're pumping all this excess oil to try and get the balanced budget going into this deflation when things like the Baltic Dry Goods Index has been collapsing. And so there's less usage of it because global trade is going to be slowing down. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. But I would imagine that even Norway will be in trouble. And part of this is the whole fiat currency system, all these exchange rates that can vary so wildly, where one currency, the US dollar, has gained 25% in less than a year against the basket of currencies that it's measured against. That's insanity. There should be two world currencies, gold and silver. There's nothing wrong with a global currency. That's what we used to have. All the central banks would settle with one another with a global currency. It didn't have any country's stamp on it. It was just gold. So, you know, maybe it'll be Bitcoin or something like that. I don't really care as long as the free market picks it. But national currencies that can be manipulated and that speculators and the markets rushing back and forth and getting scared, or one country pegging and then suddenly unpegging like the Swiss did a few months ago, this causes massive misallocations of capital and disequilibria and pressures to build up. And when something snaps, you know, we've had small snaps like the Swiss unpegging and their currency changing by 20% in a day. And the US currency, this is pretty major, that it's gained by 25% in less than a year. That throws everything out of balance. Nobody can make predictions on how to run a business if they do import or export, how to trade with other countries. So the solution is a one world currency. Those currencies would be gold, silver, Bitcoin, or anything else that the entire world uses that has no nation's stamp on them. Thanks for listening.